Hello everyone and welcome to my yoga channel. So today we're going to look into the 8 limbs of the Ashtanga yoga practice, and I'm going to mainly focus on the 9 Drishti, or better said, I'm going to introduce the Drishti. I highly suggest if you are a complete beginner and you just started your yoga practice, or you just started the Ashtanga practice and you are not familiar with sun salutes A and B, go back and review the videos I posted already, because I'm adding tips as we go. There is a video where I just broke down Surya A, Surya B, and just focusing on the movement in the in and the out breath and breaking down the vinyasa. So do that first, break it down any way you need to. There is lots of variations, so look into that before you apply the Drishti. But right now, we're just gonna go quickly over the 8 limbs of the Ashtanga yoga. We have 8 limbs: yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Now in the first limb, yamas, which is restraints, we have 5 branches, which is ahimsa, non-harm, non-violence; satya, which is truthfulness; asteya, non-stealing; brahmacharya, conservation of the sexual energy; apirigara, which is non-possessiveness, non-greediness. Then when we move to the second limb, niyamas, those are observances, as well 5 branches we have: sasha, which is purity; samtosha, which is contentment; tapas is the fiery discipline that we add to the practice; svayadhya, which is the study of whatever it is that we're doing; and ishvara bringara, which is the devotion of the divine. The third limb is the asana, the physical part of the practice, which we're going to focus on pretty much throughout these videos, because it's the physical that will help us move actually inward. And look at this practice as really a moving prayer. That's why there's so many little details in it. It's not just about what we're doing, it's how we're doing it. If you're doing something just as a means to an end, most likely that's what you're going to get out of it. If you put your mind's eye into it and you can put your heart into it, that's when real growth starts to happen. Before I get distracted, third limb, asana, which is the physical practice. Then we move into pranayama, which is the breath control, the breathing techniques. Then we have the pratyahara, and that's the withdrawal of the senses. Then we have dharana, which is concentration. And then we have dhyana, which is the meditation. And then samadhi, finally, that sense of oneness. So as we apply today the Drishti, those are the gazing points. And it's almost to help us move inward so we can really concentrate and gets us to the place where we can really sit still and meditate. And we're all different. I love moving. So for me, Ashtanga was my love immediately, because through that movement, it helped me get rid of my rajasic energy and gets me to a little bit calmer so I can actually sit down and meditate for longer. As you become more advanced, you will be able and you'll learn to sit down with all that crazy energy and just deal with it without having to do 200 vinyasas. But we all have to start somewhere. Now, moving into the Drishti, we have 9 Drishtis. So basically 9 gazing points in Ashtanga yoga. And the Drishti is there, again, to just help us move inward. Because often what happens, we rely too much on the external entertainment and how things look rather than how they feel. And that's why in Ashtanga yoga, yes, it does happen in a room, and a lot of times we learn a lot from observing and looking at someone. But again, we do want to keep our practice about our body and learning to listen to our own body tempo. We can learn from others, it's good to approach, but you really kind of have to find the truth within yourself, within your body tempo, within your range of motion, your restraints, and the obstacles that we all deal with. We all have little things that we're working on. So you really have to figure out your own body, how to move the energy that's stagnating, and in what part of the body. But let's move back to the 9 Drishti, the gazing points. The first point that we have is Nasara, where we gaze at the tip of the nose. We have Aina chakra, or Brumadhya, which is toward the third eye, what we call, or right the area between the eyebrows. We have Nabi chakra, which is gazing at the navel. And those are all applied throughout the Ashtanga sequence, throughout this series. We have Hashtagra, which is gazing towards your hand. We have Padagrogaya, which is gazing towards your foot. Then we have Parshva Drishti, and we have Parshva is to the side. When we gaze to the side, gazing to the right side, or Parshva Drishti for the left side. We have Angushta, which is gazing towards our thumbs. And then final one, we have Urdhva, or Antara Drishti, which is gazing up towards the sky. And now we apply those drishtis throughout the movements. I am going to right now just focus on applying the drishti point to Surya Namaskara A and Surya Namaskara B. So sun salutes A and sun salutes B, we're gonna add the drishti. Again, repeating, make sure if this is your first Ashtanga class or first yoga class ever, make sure you look at the previous video and just get Surya Namaskara A moving with the breath, Surya Namaskara B a little bit more floating, and then start to apply the drishti. And we're going to continue to add on as we move. Again, pay attention to your breath, do your best to move in, and sometimes I highly suggest, not sometimes, always, look at the video, see what someone is telling you, but then when you get on your mat, try to move in and see what your body is telling you. There is no teacher, no guru that will teach you something that isn't within you already. The real truth, whatever you need to know, it's right inside you. So now moving into the drishti, adding basically drishti to Surya Namaskara A and Surya Namaskara B. So as we start standing in Tadasana basically, Samastiti, the drishti is towards the tip of the nose. And that's the first count. And then from there, as we reach the arms surround, the gaze moves up towards the third eye. I will right now take us through Surya Namaskara A, adding the breath and the drishti and the count. Then we're going to do Surya B as well with the breath, the count, and the drishti. So let's start standing in Samastiti. As you start at the top of the mat in Samastiti, hands along the side body. Find rootness through all four corners of your feet. Root down in order to rebound and find length. With each inhale, continue to lengthen up through the crown of the head. With each exhale, find a little bit more rootness through the feet. The gaze is right now at the tip of the nose. So Nasara Drishti. And as you gaze towards the tip of your nose, just focus on the breath in and out. Long and deep inhales and exhales. Now, yekam, as we inhale, we're going to take the arms around and up, and the gaze will shift up towards the third eye. Dve, as you exhale, you're going to hinge and fold forward, Uttanasana. The gaze is going to shift towards the tip of the nose. Trini, inhale, lengthen. Keep the gaze now forward towards the third eye. Chatvari, as you exhale, hands flat down, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana, and the gaze in Chaturanga is towards the tip of the nose. Pancha, inhale. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. The gaze is up towards the third eye. And as you exhale, downward facing dog, the gaze moves towards the navel. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sapta, see where you're going. Walk or jump forward. Inhale, gaze forward to the third eye. Exhale, as you fold in, the gaze moves towards the third eye. Now inhale, rise up, gaze towards the third eye. And Samastiti, as you bring the gaze back towards the nose, tip of the nose. Let's take one more round. Yekam, inhale, take the arms around and up, the gaze moves up towards the third eye. Dve, as you exhale, hinge and fold forward, and the gaze will move towards the tip of the nose. Trini, inhale, lengthen, gaze towards the third eye. Chatvari, exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga, and you're gonna gaze towards the tip of the nose. Pancha, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, as you gaze towards the third eye. Exhale, shut, as you bring it into downward facing dog and gaze at the navel. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk or jump forward. Inhale, lengthen, look towards the third eye. Exhale as you fold in and you move the gaze towards the tip of the nose. Now inhale, rise all the way up. The gaze will move towards the third eye. And Samastiti, exhale, down. Now, we just went through the Drishti gazing points in Surya Namaskara A. We're going to do the same thing with Surya Namaskara B. Traditionally, you do 5 rounds of Surya A, 5 rounds of B. For the sake of this video, I'm just breaking down 2 rounds of A and 2 rounds of B. So again, let's start at the top of the mat in samasthiti, and the gaze is towards the tip of the nose. So now from samasthiti, inhale, yekam, inhale, sink into utkatasana, reach the arms up and gaze towards the third eye. Dve, exhale, hinge and fold forward, uttanasana, gaze towards the tip of the nose. Trini, inhale, lengthen, look towards the third eye. Chatvari, exhale, plant the hands down. Step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana as you gaze towards the tip of the nose. Pancha, inhale. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, gaze up towards the third eye. Shat, exhale. Downward facing dog and gaze to the navel. Sapta, step the right leg forward. Inhale, rise into Virabhadrasana 1. The gaze is up towards the third eye. Ashto, exhale, release the arms down, lengthening the out breath through Chaturanga. The gaze is at the tip of the nose. Nawa, inhale, up dog, gaze towards the third eye. Desha, exhale, downward facing dog, gaze towards the navel. Yekadesha, left leg forward, inhale, rise into Virabhadrasana 1. Gaze up towards the third eye. Dvadasha, exhale, releasing the arms down, lengthening the out breath through Chaturanga, gazing at the tip of the nose. Inhale, back up. And downward facing dog towards the navel for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. See where you're going, walk or jump forward, inhale. Gaze towards the third eye, exhale as you fold it, gaze towards the tip of the nose. Inhale, Utkatasana, gaze up towards the third eye. And all the way up, samasthiti. One more round of Surya B. Yekam, inhale, Utkatasana, gaze at the third eye. Dve, exhale, Uttanasana, gaze at the tip of the nose. Trini, inhale, lengthen the spine, gaze towards the third eye in distance. Chatvari, exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana, as you gaze at the tip of the nose. Pancha, inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, gaze towards the third eye. Shat, exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, gaze to the navel. Sapta, right leg forward, pivot the left heel down, rise into Virabhadrasana 1 as you gaze up towards the third eye. Ashto, exhale, releasing the arms down, gaze towards the nose. Inhale, upward facing dog, gaze towards the third eye. Exhale, downward facing dog, gaze towards the navel. Left leg forward for Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, reach up, gaze towards the third eye. Exhale, releasing the arms down, lengthening the out breath as you gaze towards the tip of the nose. Inhale, up dog. Third eye gaze. And exhale, downward facing dog, gaze at the navel for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. See where you're going. Walk or jump forward. Inhale, gaze in distance, the third eye. Exhale as you fold in tip of the nose. Inhaling Utkatasana. And And now I highly suggest start practicing Surya A and B. Add the Drishti to the breath. Synchronize the breath with the movement. Keep lengthening the in-breath, keep lengthening the out-breath, and observe the moment of stillness, the pauses that happen between the in and the out-breath. Antara Kumbhaka, the retention, the pause, the break that happens naturally between the out-breath and your next inhale, Baya Kumbhaka. And we'll keep adding on, but just know that with this practice, there's always more work, there's almost refining, and there's always more to add on. So just start gently. If it's first time, just do Surya A and B. If you've done that for a while, add the Drishti. Let the breath last, the inhale, as long as the movement lasts up, and as long as the out breath for a fold forward. So really work on synchronizing the breath with the movement, and add the Drishti to help you move inward. See you soon.